Welcome back to Check the Pulse. Today, as usual, I'm grateful and honored to have Mr. Nick Regina on the podcast. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Feeling extremely grateful to be here, and you presenting me this opportunity was amazing. I know your heart's always in the right place. You're always trying to give back. You're always trying to give people an opportunity to shine on your platform, and that says a lot about you, and that does a lot for us entrepreneurs and people that are building their personal brands. So I got to give you your flowers. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And for those of you guys that have watched multiple episodes, you might have heard me quote Nick a lot. So I'm really happy to have him on here because he has a lot to share. He has a great impact. He creates a lot of impact in other people's lives with the work that he does. So we're going to dive into that conversation. But before we do that, few shout outs. The first one is Mark Prata tattooed me yesterday. He was a guest on my podcast. And to thank me, he did that. And I got him to tattoo Anthony Ricciardi's heart on my arm, okay? Which is a big thing for me because it's like two guests, memorable, always operate out of love. I hope you guys take that message with you. So when those episodes drop, check them out. But Nick, on to you.
Yeah.
Why don't you introduce yourself a little bit?
That's cool.
To
I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah, just did it yesterday.
That's sick.
I texted Anthony and I'm like, yo, like a guy I had on, like he wants to thank me, give me a free tattoo. And I was like, your story was so impactful. The hearts, like the meaning to move from your heart. I want to tattoo it. And he was like, he's like, I'm honored. Like that's a big thing because that's his thing. Yeah. So I just did it yesterday. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's dope, man. He's got the coolest start. My first piece of artwork was Ricciardi, and then my second piece as well. He did a nice
in the
abstract
office.
Piece.
Yeah.
No, at my house.
Oh, sick.
And then he does all our corporate stuff too, like at the office, the satellite offices. Yeah. Like it's like if we need something done with art, it's like, yo, call Anth, man. He's just such a dude. And the story like behind him is so cool in regards to like he paints with these vibrant colors, but he's colorblind.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, holy shit. Yeah.
No, that's so sick. So shout out to Anth. Like cool guy. But Nick, to you, if anyone watching doesn't know you, do you want to give a little bit just about your story, your background, who you are, where you're from, and where you're at now?
Yeah, for sure. So first and foremost, I'm a big man of God, big in my faith, father of 3, loving husband. I've been with my wife now for over 17 years, married for 8, and then the rest of those years, the 9 years we've been together, so long-term relationship. And we got a dog, we got a cat. It's a full house, right? Lots of work going on over there, but that's what I signed up for, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Very humble beginnings with my parents, right? I don't come from money, or I don't come from, a family that, was born into that. Grew up Dufferin and Sinclair, Italian dude. Rocked out at the Stella Mars Elementary School there, then moved my way up to Chaminade for high school. But love hockey. It's my favorite sport, hands down the best sport in the world. It's not even up for discussion. And still play it till today. Played a little bit competitively back in the day, AA. It's not that crazy. You could go triple.
Still good though.
Whatever. But I could skate. I could get her done in the beer leagues for sure. So grateful that I have that skill. And very passionate about, the entrepreneurial space. My father was an entrepreneur growing up, and he was like my biggest hero. He's my idol. He's my mentor. He was someone that I looked up to and that, could really do no wrong in my eyes. So I really wanted to follow in his footsteps, and just spent a lot of time with him, going to hockey together, going to work together. I worked for his company part-time throughout high school, and then worked for him full-time, a couple years after that, in the construction business. And then at the same time, I have a hospitality background where I was always hustling, always working, always trying to make dough. And I was working as a busboy at 13 years old at a little bar on Dundas called News Cafe in the Junction. So that was cool. Really, really passionate about nightlife, hospitality. I just thought it was the coolest industry. Like when all the club owners from Money Inside, like back in the day when the scene was sick, they used to come and they used to eat at the restaurant. They used to bring their girls with them or their friends. And they were just like cool guys. They were dressed cool. They had this swag about them. I'm like, oh, man, I want to rock like those guys when I grow up. So I'd always come out of the back and, like, shine their glasses or their forks just to, like, be in front of them. And they always throw me tips. Like, this kid's cool, Like, he just wants to hang. And I used to wear, like, a dress shirt and, like,
so you
a
look
suit.
all proper.
And I'm washing dishes in the back. Yeah, because I wanted to look like them. But, yeah, that's where I just kind of fell in love with the industry and you know, its cool factor. And then from there, you know, still working for my dad part time as for his construction company as a laborer, and then right out of high school went to work for him full time. But at the same time, I was still in the hospitality business on the weekends, the evenings. Ended up getting a job at this really cool bar on College Street called Eat My Martini. It was a little martini bar. From 18 till 22, I bartended there, and ended up moving on from my father, and told him, you know, I want, you know, I remember having a conversation with him. He was building his company, and at that time he was doing pretty well, and I was gonna, you know, be the guy to take it over, I guess. That's what he was, you know, prepping me for. But I realized that, you know, I admired him as an entrepreneur, but I admired and loved him way more as a dad. Yeah. So I just told my dad, I'm like, listen, pops, like, you know, these conversations are coming back home at the dinner table, like when we're on our way, you know, out or we're hanging. It's always work, work, work. Like I'm like, I just want my dad back. Yeah. And he was kind of shocked by that, but he was so happy. He was like, man, that means so much to me, you know, that you love me and you value that more than you do the money and the work. So I ended up leaving him, and was doing a little bit of construction work on my own in the electrical space. But at that time, I had started the company NRG. I was around 23 years old. And it just kind of blew up. Like I built a really big promotion army that was crushing it, filling clubs, like slamming them, booking a lot of booths. And I was just so passionate about it, right? And I had met so many people through being a busboy and a bartender that my network was like pretty big. Right. And I was always like a social guy in high school and stuff. So like I had a pretty big friend group. So the promo stuff kind of came natural, right? I was already like into the hospitality. I loved it, you know, socializing, putting people together, you know, just creating an experience for them. And I taught that to a lot of promoters, you know. At one point in time, we were 56 promoters from all across the GTA. And yeah, it was the biggest promo company in Canada for 19 plus at the time. And I still think till today, there hasn't been a bigger team. NRG, Lifestyle, the Nick Regina group. And yeah, so it just got so busy that I had to walk away from the trades, right? Like I was using my paycheck to build NRG and doing side jobs and my full-time job to fund the company, because I ran it like a real business. Yes, you know, I didn't run it like just going out, having a good time and chilling. And I took all that entrepreneurial experience that I had learned from my father on the job sites, you know, in his passenger seat, just listen to the way he talks to guys and the way he was moving and shaking and would treat, you know, his business. I just kind of picked that up and applied it to what I was doing with NRG. And yeah, it blew up. So I remember at one point in time, it was like 17, 18-hour days, 7 days a week. And I was just like, I can't do this anymore. Yeah. And I was actually in bed with my brother, and my brother's like, I was like, man, I got to make a decision, like either NRG or like the trades. And, you know, growing up in an Italian family, construction background, it's like, oh, get a trade, you know, like start a business or, you know, work for someone, you'll do good, it's safe, you're licensed. And then it's like, or promote nightclubs, you know? And it's like, what is that? You know, how do you make money off that? Like, what do you mean promote a nightclub, make money? But I was making so much money and it had blown up. So they didn't understand that though. Right. But I remember my brother saying to me, he's like, well, where's your heart at? What are you passionate about? I'm like, NRG, bro. He's like, so just try it out. Yeah. You know, like what's the worst that can happen? I was 23 at the time. I said, yeah, okay, I'll do that. And I did. And I walked away from the trades. And I was so scared that I went even harder with NRG. Yeah. So then it like really grew to another level. And I mean, by the time I was 25, I had owned my first nightclub. Reason being is that's just like, you know, natural involvement in what you're going to do in the industry, you know, busboy, bartender, promoter, and then owner operator. Yeah. And we were able to just pack up so many clubs and do a good job on it on a consistent basis, which is hard to do, right? Like it's easier to do for one-offs, but consistently ramming it is tough. So long story short, you know, there was a lot of offers on the table and a lot of experienced operators that were in the business for many years that seen that talent from the team. And they were like, yeah, they wanted to partner with us and have it be that we were kind of exclusive with them, right? Yeah. So purchased my first nightclub at 25, Gravity Sound Bar, which you might have known as Frequency or Metro for some of the older people watching. And the rest is history, you know, fast forward 6 years from then, would have been totaled out 17 years in the business, but 5 years from owning my first nightclub. We had owned and operated 7 nightclubs, 5 in Toronto, 2 in Miami. We did, big scale shows, anyone with like from a local artist to shows I've done with Drake and all the talent in between. Met a lot of celebrities, met a lot of people that, are influential individuals that I've built relationships with and still have. Served a lot of people a good time and an experience that they'll never forget. And that always put the biggest smile on my face. We won Promoter of the Year 9 years in a row. Never lost until we got out. Last 3 years, I won Club Owner of the Year. This was at the Toronto Nightclub Awards, right? So, I say it a lot, like the biggest New Year's event, 7 years in a row at Countdown, which was Liberty Grand, right? With Massimo, that was good. But yeah, there's so many dubs, like there's so many wins that we had. And I say we because it was a team effort, it was by far not an individual effort. And I always tip my hat to my teams that I work with. And it was like, I had to get out of that industry, not because I wasn't making money, not because I didn't have a portfolio of companies that weren't kicking butt or had, brand equity and were doing well, but I was a father, and my why became I wanted to be the best version of myself so I could lead by example for them and be the best dad that I could be, right? Yeah. So long story short, I had to walk away from something that's all I knew, for a long time. That was scary. I made that jump 2020, pre-pandemic, before that all happened. 2020 was my last event at Countdown and all my clubs. Wow. And then I sold the portfolio back to my existing partners. They didn't want to see me go. Right. So it was just like, but I needed to go. Yeah. Right. So it was like, that was kind of sad, but it was bittersweet, right? Because I knew I was going to move on to things that were still going to be fun and were still going to be something that, once I learned them, we could become passionate about and build another business, but in another sector, another industry. So I went into finance, shuts off on the weekends and after 5 p.m., right? And people are like, why'd you make that jump? I was like, it's kind of sexy. I'm selling money.
It's true.
What I mean?
That's
true. All I'm doing. I was selling an experience before. Now I'm selling money. And it shuts off on weekends. It shuts off at 5 p.m. For the transactions at least, right? And it's I wanted to learn more about money. I wanted to learn more about how to invest it. I wanted to learn more about how to grow wealth, grow net worth. And my partner at the time, Michael, who is my right-hand man with NRG, had a finance background. Right. And when I was getting out of the industry and I broke the news to him, I was going to get ready to pass along the torch. And he was like, no, man. He's like, I'm going to come with you, And I was like, I'm doing finance. Like, you got out of that because you wanted to do this. Yeah. And, he's like, no, man, I just want to rock with you, whatever you do, right? I was like, all right, cool. So, we went 50-50 on Spark Financial. He got out of the industry. I got out of the industry. And the rest is history. We've been building the business for 5 years now. We have a great team. We have 3 subsidiary companies under the portfolio. Where we have an insurance brokerage, a mortgage brokerage, and a private equity debt fund. And we have $1 billion vision in regards to the valuation we want to exit. And yes, we are still in the infancy stages, but we're building. We're building. We got a great team. We got an awesome office. We have a cool culture. And we have a lot of seeds planted that are going to grow and that are going to do some awesome things. And it's going to be fun to watch. And that's where I'm at right now. But, a lot of the foundation of what I built up with Spark is what I had learned in hospitality and nightlife. Sure. Essentially, it's all the same. You're just selling a different product experience or service, right? In this case, we're selling money, right? Yeah. And in nightlife, we were selling an experience, right. So, leverage that network that I built in hospitality to help propel Spark, forward and in a quick manner. We were able to scale it pretty quickly because of that network. So I'm forever grateful for making as many awesome connections and meeting as many great people as I had. Really happy. No complaints. Vision is aligned. It's motivating me every day. And most recently, which I'll get into now. Spark Charity Foundation. Yes, that's something that it just sings to my heart. Yeah. And, getting out of the nightlife industry, it came with a lot of vices, right? Drugs, alcohol. and all that other bad stuff, you know, and you know, if you're around it for as long as you are,
Yeah.
and you know you're doing it day in day out, it just becomes something that spirals out of control. So I had to arrest those addictions, and you know, part of that was me, you know, just really showing up and plugging into the personal development community, right? Number one is my faith with God, and I remember, you know, just asking him for help and to help guide me, and you know, led me to my coach, and then my coach put me in his program, and you know, the rest is history. I've been putting in the work day in day out to stay healthy, to keep those addictions arrested, to make sure that my routine is solid, and I'm working out, and I'm you know, doing everything that I got to be doing to live, you know, in the light life. Not the nightlife. And,
That's good. That's good. That's a motto.
Yeah, and yeah, part of that was building my relationship with God, but contribution and purpose. So he has a wheel of life, and one of the spokes on the wheel of life is contribution and purpose. So it's like, what are you doing to give back? You know, and I didn't even like understand or know what that felt or looked like.
Right.
And as much as I, you know, was a Roman Catholic and I had kind of done all my sacraments and whatnot, you're just kind of doing it and going through the motions because you grow up in it.
Yeah.
I hadn't really built my relationship with God. So, you know, the contribution and purpose in God kind of like connected in a beautiful way where it was like that became my why.
Yeah.
You know, my why became lead by example for my kids and be the best version of myself and leave this world a better place than you found it and do your part.
Yeah.
You know, so those are two things that really drive me forward. And I was doing so much charity work. I was cutting checks to a lot of charities. I was rolling up my sleeves, serving food at local food banks. I was, you know, building playgrounds for children. And the list goes on to the point where I was like, man, you know, why don't I just like start my own charity? You know, I was doing the Support the Blazer campaign, the Invitational. It was charity. I was like, I feel great. This is good. I want to continue to do it, but I want to amplify it.
Yeah.
I want to spread the love. I want to make more impact on more people's lives and help change the trajectory of their lives, you know, for the better. And I founded Spark Charity Foundation. So we're a registered charity. And it's something that, like, the passion for that is insane.
For sure.
Yeah. If anyone in the philanthropy space, like, they'll know what I'm talking about. And anyone who's even given back.
Yeah, that was
gonna
say,
and even if you're not fully immersed in that space, but when you give back, you feel so good, you know. And when you make an impact in someone's life that, you know, is not as fortunate as you are to have what you have, there's no better feeling than that, right? And you know, in my opinion, the revolution is just love. It'll be led with love, you know, and that's what we are at our core. So, yeah, I'm going hard with that through the Support the Blazer campaign.
Yeah, which we're going to dive into heavy.
Yeah.
First of all, though, crazy story. Like, you've literally been in so many different, like, niches and industries and, like, really dabbled. But it's crazy how everything has led you to, like, this true passion, you know? Like, I bet you if someone asked you 15 years ago, oh, you're going to have a charity. And you'd probably be like, yeah, no? Like, you know, you wouldn't think of it.
Yeah.
But I have one question for you. I don't think I've ever asked you this. Is there a piece of advice your dad has given you from a young age that you've carried with you through all the businesses that you've been through that has really stuck with you?
Yeah, treat others the way you would like to be treated.
I like that.
You know, if it's the janitor or if it's the CEO of the company, everyone, you know, deserves the same level of respect and love.
Yeah.
And that like, it's not only did he like tell me that, but you know, I've seen him do it.
Yes.
Like, it's leading by example. You know, it's one thing to say something, and there's a lot of famous quotes out there these days that you could look at and be like, wow, that's powerful, that's impactful. But it's another thing to see it and have practical experience on watching it being implemented.
Yeah.
You know, so like the way he would treat his guys in the shop that were working for him, that were immigrants, that he was helping out, you know, get their residency here or give them a lot of hours and pay them properly. The way he would speak to them, the way he would treat them, the way he would treat his subcontractors, his vendors, his clients, his people in the shop. It was always with respect. It was with love, and it was never any degrading type of attitude, right? And it didn't matter who you were. Like my dad, you know, it doesn't really give a fuck if you're a celebrity, an athlete, a big name, a guy with big money. You know, he didn't really care. He was just always the same dude, you know? And like for me, that resonated a lot with me because you see people just kind of like, gawk at that or treat
100%.
those people like their shit doesn't stink and, they got to bend over for them. And it's like, why? Why is that guy in the shop any different? From dust to dust.
It's true.
No one's taking a U-Haul. You never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't take that shit to your grave with you. So it's like, and we're all children of the big guy upstairs, and we're all equally loved by him. So, yeah, I felt that was really cool, from his end, and I experienced that. He didn't just say it. I experienced it for many and many and many years, and still do till today, right? And that says a lot about his values, right? And it's in the Bible too.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Love, they say that one of the top 2 commandments is, love thou neighbor.
Yeah.
Right? The way that you want to be loved, right?
Yeah. No, 100%. And you could see that translation into you with your team and your employees. Like, you never really walk into your office and feel like, oh, Nick's the boss, don't bother him. Okay, here's all his employees. It's like you guys are all one. And I feel like you spread that even in nightlife. Like I had said to you once, like, so fun fact, Nick's partner, Michael, I met going to the club. He was the guy that got us in. He was the promoter that like I would hang out in his booth. So when I connected everything, I also worked at TD and Michael worked at TD. So it was just like full circle moment. But I had said to you once, like the way like me and my friends got treated by that group of guys that were your promoters at the time, like was the same way I see you treat other people, which is cool because you had such a big group of promoters, but what you led by example, like they all kind of followed and ensured that that was still happening, which is proven in the success, right? So like that's, I find very interesting, but let's dive into.
Write a review on NRG.
No, I know, literally. And you know what? I always wondered what like NRG stood for until you just said it. I knew it had to do with your name, but I'm like, okay, what in his name? What's the G? And that makes sense. Nick Regina Group. Yeah. But then wait, so you owned Bloke?
I own Gravity, Bloke, Same, Cure, Juliet, and then SQL and Thrift Shop were in Miami.
Gotcha. Okay. So literally all of you that are my age watching this, all the clubs we went to, Nick owned basically. Like Same and Bloke were the spots. Like they were the spots.
They were good.
When he says rammed, like you just knew you were waiting in line. Or you become friends with Michael, and Michael gets you in. Yeah. But good times, good times.
They got on average 3 to 7 year expectancies.
Yeah.
Until you got to shut them down, rebrand them, and do something cool.
For sure, yeah. But you could see it with like the turnaround, even like on King West now. Like, they stay, and then you got to like kind of flip it. Yeah. What do you think is actually a factor for that? Like, why do you think it stales out? Just the experience dies?
Yeah, the next hottest kid comes in town, meaning, a new club, right?
Yeah.
They have cooler production. They start off with booking a lot of celebrities or artists. They got all the hosts that, are doing well and putting up numbers and have a good crowd working for them. Like, everyone wants to see the new kid on the block, right?
True.
So it's the same with the clubs, like after you've gone to it so many times, it just becomes redundant and you want to, elevate that experience or have a different experience, right? So it's not that there was anything wrong with the club or anything, went bad with them as to why you had to shut down. It's just like people lose interest, right?
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because obviously I don't know. So I'd be like, oh, did they just like stop making money? It doesn't make sense. They're busy. Yeah. That makes sense though.
Yeah, and there is a decline in revenue throughout the years.
For sure.
Yeah, you'll start off and it's like, whoa, this is crazy. People are spending big dough. They want to get in. They want to book tables. They want to, you could set your minimums higher for tables. True. You could charge more at your door. You could be picky, with the spend per head and the type of, product that you're putting out and what your expectations are from the crowd. But then as years and time goes on, that kind of like, it just dilutes.
For sure.
Yeah. So does the revenue. Yeah.
Makes sense. Who's the coolest person you've met, like within the club?
JC.
True.
Jesus Christ.
All right. I fuck with that.
That's the coolest guy in the world, hands down.
He is.
Always was, always will be.
Yeah, facts. That's facts.
Yeah.
Okay, so
let's
dive in.
You said, though? You said
in clubs.
Sorry, I didn't hear
No,
that.
You're good. In clubs.
I kind of butted in there. That's a no-brainer.
No, it is, though. It is. That is true, and I agree with that.
In the clubs, there was a lot of cool guys. There still is a lot of cool guys. Like, they're the coolest guys, in my opinion, And the reason being is because you have to understand how to be a good people's person,
right?
And still hold your own identity, and kind of be that alpha that people want to follow into your clubs or your parties, right? So you become so diverse, as a person, and you learn how to deal with different cultures and different, you know, people that, you know, are from different walks of life, different careers, professionals, right? And it just made a lot of people in that industry cool, right? Yeah, but I mean, one of the guys that like I followed and was like killing it, and he still is Dave Grutman. And a lot of people are on that guy's tip. Like I actually had the pleasure of meeting him and was in his backyard with a couple partners of mine because we were going to do a big one-off at Live. Yeah. And this was like way before he blew up. Like he had like maybe 20, 30,000 followers on Instagram, maybe a little bit more. And then I seen him grow, I seen him evolve, but he was brilliant in the way that what I felt was cool about him was number one, he knew how to build relationships with high profile people. Yep. And he would leverage that to get more high profile people there. Yeah. And then he would showcase that to the masses, so that everyone wanted to be at his spots because you never knew who you were going to run into. Yeah. And then he knew how to partner with the right people. Like he took on a partner of Live Nation. Right. So like, it's massive. Yeah, right. And like when you take on the right partners that can only amplify your business and bring more of a spotlight onto you and your companies, then you're brilliant. Right? Yeah, if you take on the wrong partner, it can go the whole other way. And I watched him navigate, and I'm still watching him navigate through his journey, and what he's been able to do and how he's been able to scale is fantastic. And very similar to me, he was just like a bartender in, it was like North Florida. Wow. Like not even Naples. He was a bartender in Naples at like a franchise company. Like it wasn't even like a cool spot, right?
No, it's like retirement area.
Yeah. Wow. And he made Fontainebleau pop. Like really? That was an outskirt hotel. Wow. It was never supposed to work. Yeah. But he made it pop with Live. Wow. Yeah.
Well, and then I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, and then he's got so many.
He basically runs Miami with that. That's crazy though.
And now he's in Vegas.
True.
They have a hotel in Vegas.
Wow.
Fontainebleau in Vegas.
Yeah,
Papa
but I know
Steak,
that's
Live,
him.
all that.
Yeah,
that's him, man.
That's crazy.
Follow Dave Grumman, and then under Groot Hospitality, those are their company. Yeah, awesome. And I think a lot of the alpha dogs, a lot of the venue owners and entrepreneurs in hospitality and nightlife, they follow Grumman too.
Oh, for sure, for sure. He's become like that guy now in that space.
They idolize him.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy to think. I didn't know it was just him though. That group that does all of that. Yeah, like those are the spots. You go to Miami, you plan a trip, you go into at least one of those places. Wow.
Yeah, 100%.
Anyways, that's crazy. But to you, I want to really dive into Spark Charity because I know that's really aligned with where you're at now. Yeah. And the Blazer campaign because it's coming up. So why don't you explain to everybody a little bit where that Blazer campaign started? The good old story. And you know where you're taking it this year because within like a handful of years, this thing's gone from a Vegas trip to could be like worldwide. I have faith in that.
It will be. Yeah.
100%.
Okay. So 2022, I was wearing a really, really funky flannel shirt to the airport. I don't even wear those. I don't know what got in me. I think, I don't know what it was. I was just wearing a real funky flannel shirt with flowers on it.
Yeah, look, it's almost Hawaiian.
So, we were going to Texas. And so I was like, all right, cool. My luggage was lost. Yeah, when I got to Texas, the luggage didn't make it. So I was like, let me turn a bad situation good. I'm an optimist to look at things from a glass half full. Yeah. And I turned the camera around. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm not going to take this shirt off. Yeah. No matter what I do, no matter where I go, it's staying on me until my luggage gets here. Right. So I took it in the pool. I took it in the steakhouse. I took it in the shower. I took it to the business meetings. Everything I did was in the shirt. The only thing I did was take it off and dry with the blow dryer, like out of the shower or out of the pool and put it back on. So everyone was the DMs blew up. I never got that much interaction.
Did you have a big following at the time on social media?
No, maybe like 15,000.
Okay, it's not bad.
Yeah, 10, 15, right? So the DMs blew up and went crazy. And I was like, holy smokes, like, okay, I got to run with this. Like, they were dying. They were giving me suggestions, do this, do that. And I was doing it, you know? And I was like, you know what? The luggage finally came, but I was having so much fun. Yeah. I was like, man, like, I don't want this to end. Like, I'm going to wear it for 30 days straight. Yeah. And I'm going to attach it. I'm going to attach a GoFundMe page to it. I'm going to donate it all to the Canadian Cancer Society. Yeah. And I told the Instagram that I'm like, listen, guys, I'm going to hit up a GoFundMe page. Just throw some dough at it. We're going to donate to the Canadian Cancer Society, and I'll leave it on for 30 days. And they did that. Yeah. So they were just like, again, I was having fun with it, doing crazy things, coming out of it, sealing in it. It was wild. And We raised $9,200
Wow.
first year at the end of 30 days. Yeah. It was just stories,
Yeah.
right? And I hung it up in a glass case,
Yeah.
in a frame, and I put the amount raised and who it went to, and then all the donors' names on a plaque underneath it. And it was in my hallway at work, and I walked by it every day, and I'm not even exaggerating. And at one point, I'm walking by, because you walk by so many times, I had to smile and laugh, because like I would reminisce on like one of the things I did with it on, or one of the things someone would say, or just like how goofy it was, right? And or if it wasn't a laugh, it was a smile. And I just nodded, and I'd be like, man, I got to do that again.
That was
like
fun.
So. Let me do it again the same time next year, but this time I'm going to morph it into a blazer. I'm going to wear a blazer, because that flannel shirt's crazy, right? And I did that. So I grabbed like a flashy green blazer, and I started up. I did the 30 days. All right, guys, doing this again. This year, I picked the charity $1 Million Smiles.
Yeah.
So they deal with kids that have life-threatening illnesses and rare genetic diseases. And yeah, I rocked it out, but I collabed a lot more with the community.
Right.
I put more reels up. It wasn't just stories. I got out there a little bit more. So at the end of that campaign, we ended up raising $23,000 and change. Did the same thing, glass case in the hallway. So I was like, yeah, I got to run this again.
Yeah.
Like, this is too cool. This is too much fun. We're impacting people's lives here too. Yeah. Like that first and foremost. Like we were changing, the dynamic of how people thought of philanthropy. Yeah. We were like getting more people involved, raising the amount of donors. And then to see the impact you're making, like the one girl that was involved in $1 Million Smiles that we built the playground for, like to see her come out of her house and play in that playground was special, to say the least, right? And so you actually see the difference you're making in the lives that you can impact in a positive way, and it's so special. So I was like, man, I want to get back more. I want to make more of an impact. I want to raise more money to give away to more people. So the next year I was like, we got to amplify this a bit. So now I'm like, I got to inject the business model in it. I want to do some PR. I want to do more marketing. I want to collaborate with the corporate world, and I want to tell a cool story to bring more attention to it. So we purchased one of Don Cherry's one-on-one blazers. We got a PR agency behind it. We had an amazing support from the community with corporate collabs and collabs with influencers and whatnot. And we hit it, and we went hard. And then we ended it that year for the first year ever with a gala.
True.
Where we raised a lot of money there too. It was like 250 people at the gala.
It was sick.
For the blazer.
It was a good time.
Like, what's going
just to see this guy in a blazer.
Shit's hitting, right? I was like, we ended up raising $102,500. The goal was set at $100,000. And it was so special to see at the end that everyone knew it was 100. Yeah. And they were just throwing.
Oh, I'm getting chills. I literally remember sitting there and just watching. He had it on a screen. And I remember like eating at one point, and I think we had hit it or not quite yet. And then someone, like, because you could donate live and it's updating live, and the number just changed and everybody freaked out. Yeah. It was like the Leafs won the Stanley Cup. Like, it was massive. It was so sick. Yeah. Like, so sick.
We went into the gala with 70.
There we go. Yeah. So wasn't it?
Like, whoa, that's kind of far away from 100. Yeah. But it was the first time we did a gala to tie together the campaign. Yeah. And it was just like, people were so generous. It's just beautiful to see what can happen when amazing people come together and they fight for one thing as a unit, right? It's power in numbers, right? And the rising tide lifts all ships. And it's just love, that's what we are at our core. So yeah, it was beautiful to see that night. And that was like a huge inspiration, because I went so hard with that campaign. And I was operating the business at the same time, and father of 3 and all that stuff. And I was just like, dude, where's this drive coming from? Where's this extra gear coming from? Like, that was the big man upstairs, just like powering me up, Yeah. And all the people and that amazing energy and love that they were rubbing off on me. I was like, nah, like, this is something that I want to do for the rest of my life, and I want to take it up a notch. Yeah. So, like anything, if you set your goals high and you have a big vision, you can build a strategy. Right. And you can get there. Yeah. And if you're passionate about it and you work hard and you're good to people and you have the right strategy, you're going to get there, no matter how big the goal is, right? That's the beautiful thing about, really believing and understanding that it is all possible, and that's what I did. I went to the drawing board. I said, okay, how are we going to raise $1 million next year? Yeah. Went from 9,200, 23,000, 102.5, a million's a
That's
big
big
jump.
jumps too, though, in general.
Yeah, big jumps. I was like, okay, we're gonna put out more content, put out a lot of content, we gotta do more PR, put out a lot of PR. Said, we gotta get more people involved.
Yeah.
But not on just the donation side, on wearing a blazer with me. Yeah. Why? Because it's about all of us. Yeah. It's not just about me. It's about everybody that is going hard. Now, where did that, get inspired by? When you and Kiefer were putting out content, you were the only ones that were doing it on your own.
Yes, yeah.
And talking about the blazer and running competitions. And I was watching that. I was like, man, this is so special that they're doing that. Like, they're putting out content on their business and personal brand pages, trying to raise money for a blazer I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Right? And I was just like, that's so cool. And like, how do I get everyone to do that?
Yeah.
It's like, everyone's got to wear a blazer. And I was like, boom, boom, boom. You know when it just connects?
Yeah. All of a sudden it went ding.
And I'll never forget, I was in my backyard on the barbecue, and I called you and Kiefer on a three-way. I was like, I figured it out. And I think
literally out of nowhere, we just answered like, hello? I hear Kiefer, hello? This guy goes, I figured it out. And we're like, what?
Yeah. And I was just so pumped. I was just like, yeah. I'm like, I got it. I'm like, I know how we're going to blow this up and take it global and like get the whole world involved if they feel called to.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're going to start an army full of people wearing the blazers.
Yeah.
And then Kiefer got the Spartan 300, right? And he sent that image with red blazers on, because that year it was a red blazer.
Yeah.
And you just see 300 soldiers. And then that's where I was like, next year the goal is 300.
Yeah.
Right? Because I didn't have a number in my head for next year. Like, obviously we want to amplify that every year, retain the existing army, build more and more on top. But I was like, yeah, we're going to hit 300 people wearing a blazer. Like, that's what's up. Because it was such a powerful image.
Yeah, I'm going to put it up in the podcast so you guys can see it. It's crazy. He dropped it in this group chat and we both went, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's sick.
Yeah, and then that just ignited it. And I was like, yeah, that's what's up. So what does that look like now? Had to build out like a full out deck. And part of that deck, I have a component in it that, has to do with what we're calling the good guy army, right? And how you join, how you sign up, and how you bring the attention onto yourself, not only for the charity of the campaign's choice, but of your choice as well. Right. So this year is different in a way that, a charity that is close to your heart and that you feel called to raise for, you could do so alongside with the Ronald McDonald charity, right? So that's really special because we're going to be donating to hundreds of charities this year, not just one, right? Yep. So, that layer was special, the wearing of the blazer, and then everybody is their own campaign. Everyone is their own blazer.
Right.
What a lot of people don't understand about the blazer, it's not just a fashion statement to raise awareness for donors. It's you're the blazer.
Yep.
Now you're wearing the blazer. You're a trailblazer. You're the blazer that's going to go out there and just raise the attention that you need to raise to bring on people to donate money so we can make an impact in these people's lives that need help. They need our help. Yeah. So, you're going to get your own headshot. You're going to get your own bio. You're going to get your own page. You're going to be able to see your donors on your page. It's you. It's not me.
Yeah.
It's you.
Yeah.
And it's everyone else that gets involved. So it's very much similar to like V for Vendetta.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's not like, who's the guy? It's like, bro, no one's the guy. Like, everybody's the guy, Like, and you can't take the guy down because there's no guy. You know what I mean?
You don't know who the guy is.
Yeah, so you can't. When you think about that movie, right, it's like you couldn't stop the movement because it wasn't controlled by one person.
Yep.
So what I want and what will happen with this campaign is it just spirals out 100%. Of control in a good way. And more people are going to add on layers to it. And they're going to, be the alpha dogs and have a huge team. Yeah. They're going to leverage their influence. They're going to leverage their relationships with people that have influence. They're going to leverage their sphere of influence in people that want to do give back because they can. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's what starts the ripple effect, and it's going to get crazy.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
I can already see it. And I even said, like, even now with social media, where we're at with like trends and everything that's happening, just imagine, okay, 300 people have this blazer on. Literally, people that aren't wearing it will start trends of like, oh, spot the guy with the blazer. And you just see like a random person walking that has this blazer campaign on. So it'll even impact people that they don't even know why they're being impacted. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just gonna see it and be like, wait, he has one. Wait, I was at the mall the other day. They had one.
That's
like
right.
it's a trip.
That's
now I'm
right.
gonna start researching. What is this blazer? What
blazer?
is it?
Yeah.
So now Kiefer and I did that because we believed in you so much and what you stood for, because we knew your story, and then obviously that tying into the giving back and the purpose. So now you give that power to people themselves. It's like, okay, now I go to my network and I'm like, guys, I'm gonna wear this blazer, and like you left it up based off, like, I remember the call you said you could wear it or however you want. You want to wear 30 days, 5 days, whatever. So it really is your campaign as an individual.
Yeah.
And I can go to my family, my friends, and be like, guys, give me like whatever you want. I'll wear this for 30 days, or I'll stake it to 30 days if you hit this. So now 300 people are doing that. Boom. So now you have that same passion that we had for you.
Yeah.
People are having in us that have it in you. So it's all like a tree, you know, like a ripple effect. I don't know. It gets me hyped.
No, and you touch up on the creative aspect of it, right? So like people are giving me their feedback in what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Like the Stay Unbounded boys want to make their summer social or their spring social. I forget what it is. But it's when 500 people go into the lake.
Yes.
They want to have it be that the blazer is like there, and that's the charitable donation that you can make. Cool. So like its presence will be there. Some guys, like, you know, are in the space of pharmaceutical, and their partners are the Rogers family, and like they're talking about MLSC, like, yo, let's do a pitch at the Mound with the blazer on to open up one of the Jays games. I'm like,
down,
have fun, bro. Like, but I don't want to pitch it. If you want to pitch it.
Yeah.
Put the spotlight on you, bro.
Yeah.
That one thing right there can bring more attention than
100%.
was ever brought to that campaign, right? Some dudes are talking about, you know, just flying planes around with signs on. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy, right? So it's like, holy smokes. Yeah, okay, hey, listen, have fun, man. Do what you want, right? But again, you know, it's bringing the spotlight onto them. It's raising awareness for an amazing cause, and it's impacting lives by the hundreds, thousands, hopefully one day millions and billions. And I want it to spread globally, and it to be that there's different people in different provinces, cities, states, continents that are wearing a blazer. Because it's very possible that that happens, and then we can end world hunger. We can cure diseases, and we can, you know, end wars. We could fix the world. We could just spread the love. And that's what God wants us to do, and that's what people need from us out there right now. You know, just the fact that you're able to get up every day, put your feet on the ground, look out your two eyes, hear, smell, feel, touch, eat clean water. Like you're 1% of the 1%.
Yeah.
And we don't understand a lot of times how fortunate we are, you know? And there's so many people all over the world and here in our city that don't have 1/10 of the things that we have. And in my opinion, it's our job to help those people, to give back, to spread the love, to get in there and do our part. And, you know, whether that's wearing the blazer for one meeting out of the 30 days, or if it's wearing it for the full 30 days, whether it's raising $1 or $1 million, you know, like what you're doing is you're spreading love. You're bringing good energy into this world. You're showing that you stand for something that is bigger than you, you know, and that's what, you know, will make this world a beautiful place and essentially like create the revolution. You know?
100%. And even to touch on something you said earlier, like anyone who's kind of given back in any way, even if you gave someone food or, you know, $5 on the street, whatever, like you have no control over the instant gratitude and happiness and feeling you get internally in your heart. Like it is just like you don't even try to feel it. Like you literally just do the action as long as it's from good intention. And you're just like, whoa, like I feel good. And that should be a testament to how true the feeling is of being in service and giving back. And that's why that is what's preached to us, you know, in the Bible and in religion and in any religion. It's not just Catholicism. Like most religions have an aspect of it where it's part of your duty to give back. And that just stems from operating out of love. So like you doing this and, you know, injecting your fuel and your passion, your belief in God into it is now this ripple effect into others. And it's fun. So you're not just, you know, going to a gala where there's going to be raffles and then we're going to donate. Like, no, how do you want to do it? You want to fly a plane? Fly a plane. You want to jump out of a cliff? Jump off a cliff. Like, doesn't matter, you know? And that will make people be like, shit, I'm really part of this. And on top of it, you're letting them pick a charity on top of Ronald McDonald House. So it's like, you know, everyone has a story. Everyone's been through something in life. And it's like, maybe I have a charity because I have a family member that, you know, God helped or has some sort of diagnosis or illness and gets supported by this charity. Now I have that opportunity to support them and support your main cause.
Yeah.
So now I'm double fueled because I'm like, shit, this really touches home.
Yes.
So that's why I think this year will just be that much more special in like the grand scheme.
Yeah,
you know?
that was a layer that we injected, and we said we think this is going to perform because when it's close to your heart, and you know how much pain is there, right? You know how much guilt, you know how much sorrow, you know how many tough times come along with that. Like you said beautifully, everyone has something they're dealing with, right? And you know it sucks. It sucks and it's painful, right? So if you can help that, you know, and aid it and give back to it, then again, you said it beautifully, you know, there's no better sense of fulfillment and feeling better than doing that, right? And that is going to make it very powerful. Because that's what you'll go hard for because you felt that pain. You know, you felt that pain and you're like, nah, man, I got to do my part in putting an end to that pain. I got to do my part in easing that pain. And then it'll drive you. It's the why factor. You know, I've learned this from a lot of my coaches. You know, I've coached with Patrick Bet-David, Zarek Fatah, the Pineda team, and all of them have said, Tony Robbins have said, you need a why. You know, so that's that why in that campaign. You feel that pain and you want to aid it. Naturally, as human beings, we're very selfless. Right? If someone gives you the shirt off their back, you want to give it, you want to return the favor right away. And we were born into this world just pure with love, right? And then like that's why so many people are drawn to babies, right? Like in newborns because they're so pure, they're so innocent, they're so full of love, right? And then the world gets a hold of you and you just build on a bunch of layers on top of that. But naturally at our core, that's still there and always will be. So the campaign, more than the donors and the money, more than the, you know, the amplifying and raising the awareness, it's to pull that love back out of everyone that puts a blazer on or everyone that gets involved at whatever capacity. And it's to spread it.
No, 100%.
And that'll change the world.
That was very beautifully said. But it's true. I say it all the time. Like when you're born as a baby, you know nothing but love. You're innocent. As you go through life, you go through traumatic experiences, stresses. Like you said, the world gets a hold of you. That's where you start to build all these triggers and traumas and lower vibrational feelings, anger, depression, anxiety.
That's right.
That's where it all comes from. But if we all break it down to our core, I tell people every time you feel something, if something triggers you, it's not that's actually the problem. Ask yourself why you're feeling that way. That'll stem to maybe something that happened when you were a child or something happened when you were a teenager. So it's always these layers that I think it's our job as we get older to start to break down and heal so we can slowly get back to that core of operating from love. You know, things are going to happen every day. No one's perfect. But someone on my podcast the other day said, like, it takes just as much energy to assume positive intent as it does negative. So as long as we assume positive intent in certain situations, we're humans, it's hard, but your result and your reaction will be 10 times better than assuming negative intent. You know, and that aligns greatly with this whole movement. I call it a movement. Like, it's a campaign, but it's a movement. Like, even think about it. You're touching generations. Like, your kids, I think you posted last year with their piggy bank and the coins, and they wanted to donate. And it's like, come on, like, as a child, I would have never thought of that. But now, like, the way you're settling it, why are you wearing that blazer, you know? And you sit down, you explain it to them. Like, that's cool. Because then kids talk. They'll tell their friends. They'll tell them what's up. And then now you're just hitting, like, you're not hitting adults. You're not only hitting, you know, like, middle age or whatever. You're hitting high school. You're hitting elementary school. Like, I don't know. I thought that was so cute. When your daughter with the coins, I was like, wow. Okay, like,
you got to teach him, right? That's part of leading by example, right? It's like, if they see daddy doing it, and then they're going to want to do it. Just like if I seen my dad doing something, I was like, yeah, automatically, that's cool. That's what I want to do. He's doing, like, you don't even question as to why he's doing it. True. It's like, okay, that's how I got to roll, you know, what I got to do. But if they see that as they're growing up, and not just my kids, all the youth, right? If they see that, then they're going to follow suit. So you want to talk about this year, 300 people wearing the blazer. Next year, I don't know, maybe 1 or maybe 3,000 people wear the blazer. Maybe it's 30,000. it'll go wherever God wants it to go.
Right.
Right. And then it's like, okay, cool. So fast forward 15 years, what does that look like?
It's true.
Like all our kids are, giving back.
Yeah.
And they think philanthropy is cool.
Yeah.
And they're helping continue to spread that love. And, there are a lot more. And what comes with the charity work is like, your ego gets arrested.
Yeah.
And you become like very selfless.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of beauty to that.
Yeah.
There really is. Right. And it just kind of makes you a better person when you're able to, everyone has an ego. It's
100%.
about controlling it and arresting it and not feeding it.
Yeah.
The charity work helps do that. Right. And the ego causes a lot of shit. It'll cause a lot of shit in life, right? And it'll continue to forever, right? So imagine having that little fucker arrested.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And allowing it to be that, you're open and you're loving and your vibration's high and you're giving back. Like those will be our kids.
Yeah.
What's this generation doing right now? They're following what's cool. They're following what's trending in pop culture. They're following their athletes, their celebrities, right? That's just what's going to be a part of molding them into who they become. Yes, the foundation at home, the parents, the principles, the values have to be instilled and embedded by them, but that also rubs off on the generation. So imagine now, you fast forward 50 years.
Yeah.
Because those kids are now having kids.
Yeah.
And those kids are all still, in the philanthropy space, giving back, leading with love. And that's all their kids see.
Yeah. That's cool.
There's the revolution.
100%. There's the change. There's the change you needed.
100%.
And it's from Nick Regina in Woodbridge, Ontario. No, I'm kidding.
From all of us.
I'm kidding. Yeah.
It's from all of us.
No, it's true. But
I think all glory to God.
For sure. And
this,
I think
right?
it's like
I'm gonna be one of the soldiers out of many thousands and thousands. And I wanna, this year especially, I wanna take a lot of the attention off of me. Yes, I'm going to have to be public facing in the media, and I'm going to have to be telling the story, and I'm going to have to be quarterbacking it in a lot of aspects, but it's all of us because I'm nothing without you.
Yeah.
Without you and Kiefer doing what you did, where would the good people army be?
True.
So maybe it was you. Maybe it was Kiefer. Maybe it's everybody.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the beautiful thing about it, right? Because you can't stop it because it's everyone.
No, it's literally just like a growing thing,
You
like,
can't stop
it. That's crazy.
You can't
No, it's true.
Down,
and it shows though, the selflessness from you, because someone else could have done this and been like, okay, but no matter what, like I'm the face, like it comes back to me. And you're just like, let's just impact people. Let's just change the fucking world. Like, I don't care. Like everyone get involved. Like that's the goal, right? And that's where people will feel that and feel like they're aligned. Because you're allowing them to put their heart into it in their own way. Not just through you, which is very different.
And see, so we have representation in Nevada. We have representation in Montreal, Calgary, Florida. And so let's take in Nevada, for example. Right. Kate Skybird is heading it off. I met with her.
Right.
I did the presentation with her. Now she's going to start a team.
Yeah.
Where am I in that picture?
You're not. You don't even live there.
Right. So, excuse me. Now she's going to do the presentation with her whole team.
Yeah.
She's going to speak life into it.
Right.
She's going to get motivated. She's going to get enthusiastic. She's going to pick the charity that they're going to donate to.
Yeah.
And they're going to get to pick a charity they donate to. And then they're going to wear the blazer and they're going to do some crazy things in Vegas.
Yeah.
They're going to raise a lot of awareness, a lot of PR, a lot of media, a lot of raising money. Maybe, maybe not. But if they do, where was I in all that?
Here.
Yeah. They don't know me.
Yeah. No,
you know
to them it'll actually be key.
So now when they start doing meetings and they start bringing more people on their army or reaching out to other people in other states that they have connection to head off that, where am I in that?
Nowhere.
So that's the beautiful part about it, right? Is it takes a life of its own.
Yeah.
Because right now it's still hyper local. It's still in our backyard. It's still our media. It's still, okay, I have presence here because I've been going hard in the entrepreneurial space and building my personal brand. But when it spreads globally, that's different PR.
Yeah.
With different media, with different people.
Yeah.
With different charities.
Yeah. It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And you could go and hire a PR agent, or PR is just outreach and internal connection. Do that yourself.
Yeah.
And you could go take all the media slots from all the media that wants to cover you.
True.
So it might be my campaign was loud last year And yeah, it's going to be loud this year
Sure.
because I've allocated budget towards it.
Yeah.
But what if some guy comes out and is like, yeah, I own Rogers and I'm going to have this on my big screen and I'm going to have it on my TV and I'm going to put an alert on everyone's phone, an emergency alert to donate.
An Amber
All
alert.
of a sudden it's Rogers now. He's way louder than me, right?
Yeah,
or whoever, right?
Yeah.
Like gets involved.
I feel like that would
It's
be
the
sick.
power of your brand and your platform and your campaign. So all the PR is around Nick Regina. No, it's not. That's the PR I'm paying for.
It's true.
If you want that around you, then you're gonna make that happen.
Yeah. Imagine you just sitting at home and you just see, oh shit, there's
It's
the blazer.
gonna happen.
Yeah,
It's
100,
happening.
100%.
People are telling me what they're gonna do. I'm just like, oh shit, okay, cool, man. Yeah.
It's gonna disrupt the world. Yeah, that's crazy. But it's that factor that will make people want to be involved. Because they could do it their own way. I can put as much money as I want into it.
Man.
I don't have to put money into it. Like, it's literally
That's right.
however you want to go about it,
Yeah.
which is cool. Because I don't think, unless I just don't know. No, I don't think there's any charity out there that allows you to be involved like that.
Yeah,
Besides asking you to donate.
Yeah.
You know?
Spread your wings and get creative, and you got 30 days to do it. There's no timeline and an hour, a day, this, that. Some people on the call too, they're like, okay, I'm gonna post up X amount of times. I'm gonna just say, hey, bro,
Relax.
chill.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I go, if you wear it to one dinner or one coffee appearance and you put it away and you lose it, it's still good. You still spread the love. You still, people seeing you with it on. You know what I mean? Your intention was pure. It was gold. It was solid.
Yeah.
You were at the event or not. And it's like, that's love, bro. It's still love. The fact that, so it's like, or you want to hammer 90 reels out, 120 stories and spend, a lot of time doing outreach to PR and leveraging your resources to get big collabs done. Cool.
Yeah.
It's totally up to you. You want to jump out of a plane in it. You want to go scuba diving in it. You want to be all corporate in it. Cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's just be your true authentic self. Have fun, enjoy it, and know that the end result is you're impacting many of people's lives with the love that you're putting into it. And you're changing the trajectory of their lives. In a lot of cases, man. There's a lot
100%.
of miracles happening from that. And I want that to be, told more, right? To the public. Like, I want it to be like, look at humanity helping humanity.
Yeah. It's crazy. Even today, like, I was just at the hospital and I walked in and I could, like, you don't see it because we go about our lives every day. But like, I'm going into summer, obviously there's going to be people sick and I'm only in one little area of the hospital, but still I walked in, I'm like, it's 9 a.m. This place is rammed. And in the time I went in and came out, the girl beside me was full stretcher. Like, I don't know what happened. And she's literally like, this wasn't expected. I'm like, obviously not. Like, you're in a stretcher. But the point is, like, I had a big rude awakening of like, it takes seconds for your life to change.
Oh, yeah.
And you realize, how many people out there was kids in there, broken arms, like, and sometimes like yes, we're blessed in Canada, we have free healthcare, but like even I noticed today, even this, I had to pay for this. Okay, it's $15, but still to someone that maybe is a single mom or single dad and isn't working a lot, or a kid breaks an arm, have to pay for a full cast, like that's a lot. So even just us doing all this work, being in positions that we are and we can, even if you donate $1, $5, $2, doesn't have to be thousands of dollars, you're still making an impact because that's going to be added to a pile that now goes to impact people's lives, And I think sometimes people think like, well, I can't donate $100, so that I can't, or they're embarrassed. And it's like, what are you embarrassed about? You're actually still contributing over the person that said, oh, I'm embarrassed, I don't want to. So you're still doing the good deed. Right?
And even when you toss the blazer on, no one's done it before. This is going to be the first year, but there's like this sense of responsibility that comes with that. You show up, your back straighter. You almost feel like a little bit of a superhero. There's a big sense of fulfillment. There's a sense that you're on a mission. Right. There's a sense that you have a sick team around you. There's just this joy that comes along with it. It's really special, and I want people to experience that because when you're showing up and you're being the best version of yourself because you're trying to help others, it changes you as a person.
For sure. Oh, 100%.
And like I said, it arrests that ego. It has you understanding, you're doing something big for people that need it, right? You're a part of something really cool and that you belong in.
Yeah.
right? You're a responsible individual here that is able to change the world and make it a better place, and you're doing that.
Yeah.
You know, that there's a lot of cool feelings that come attached to it. And I haven't spoken about that in the presentation yet.
Yeah.
It's actually the one thing, because I kind of feel like it's like, I don't know, is that trying to sell it? You know, because these presentations aren't like that. It's just talking about what we're doing.
Yeah.
But I'm not really taking it to that level in them, because I'm almost keeping that a surprise.
For sure.
Because I know they're going to feel good at
Yeah.
the end of it. And I know no one's experienced it yet, because I'm the only one who's rocked it the last 3 years.
Right.
This is the first year for the Good People Army. But I know that I'm going to get a lot of feedback
100%.
like that. Yo, like that 30 days, like I was showing up different. Like that felt good. Like, you know, I helped this person realize how to give back. Or I seen this kid on the street and it had nothing to do with my charity or the Ronald McDonald House, but I did a nice deed that I would never do because I'm feeling different. I'm feeling full of love. I'm feeling like I'm being guided by, you know what I'm saying? And like, it's like, I know all that's going to happen. So there's more love.
It's better you don't say it.
Yeah.
Because it'll hit more. Because when you say it, it's almost there's an expectation.
Yeah.
But when you don't say it, then they're just naturally going to get this feeling. And that comes from just higher power. Like you're being fueled with that soul fuel to like move, right? Yeah. It's almost like, not even on the same scale, but if you play sports and you're part of a team, when you put that jersey on and you wear that crest, it's like, I'm dying for this team. Like you want to win a championship, whether it's house league or you're a pro, like there's just something about being on a team when it comes to winning a cup or something, like you will bleed out to win. And it's that same idea, but now in that championship, it's you giving back. Yeah. So it's not self-fulfilled. It's now for other people. Yeah. So now take all of that, amplify it by like 20. Yeah. And I'm assuming that's what you feel. I'll see too.
Yeah, man. But, 100. Yeah. And it's like the other part of it is, you know, you get to align with other people that have the same core values as yours. Yeah. And you're a part of that forever. Yeah. Like those are your people. You know what I'm saying? Like you show up different with those people. Like people that like, you know, like, hey man, this guy was selfless. He put on the blazer. He raised money. He went hard. He made a difference with me. Already the trust in that relationship is so much stronger than any other type of way you're going to meet someone and build a relationship. Yeah. Like we met through doing something amazing for someone else.
That's true.
We didn't meet because we wanted to make money. Yeah. We didn't meet because we wanted to, you know, do something that was for us, right? Or for our businesses or for our families. We wanted to do something for someone. In a lot of cases, we don't even know. It's
true. Or you won't even see.
And I don't even know you, and you don't know me, and we don't know them, but we're going to get together. Yeah. We're going to team up, and we're going to help them. You know how special that is? Sure. You know the connection, the bond, the trust that's built there? For sure. What do you think that evolves into? Yeah. Right? Like a big part of how you continue to show up and be the best version of yourself every day has to do with who you surround yourself with. Yeah. There's that famous saying that everybody knows. Show me the five people you hang out with most. Before I even meet you, I'll have a really good understanding as to what kind of person you are.
Yep. 1,000%.
These are the people you're hanging with. Yeah. Like, what better? Yep. You know what I mean? 100%. It's just like, and that's what I want to chill with, you know? And like a lot of those people are just like awesome. Yeah. You know? And that's what you're going to be with.
And it's also like that, like you said, your 5 closest friends. And it's not like, oh, we all own businesses or we all like the same sport. This is like a deeply rooted value that you share when it comes to giving back. Yeah. It's not just something you're going to find in everyone or that everyone wants to do. We talk about it because we believe in it, but not everyone's fueled in that. Yeah. And like, I hope that does change one day. But if you're able to look at the people around you and be like, shit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's a no-brainer. If I say something that involves charity or giving back or helping, they're all in. Yeah. They don't care what they have to do. Like, that's power.
And that's like us being naturally selfless. Yep. Right? Like when you showed up the way you did last year for the campaign and you did all that stuff, there was no monetary gain.
No, literally.
There was no like.
We actually gave away our free service. Me and Kiefer were like, okay, whoever is title sponsor for the campaign, and we did one other thing, or whoever donates the most too, like we gave away marketing services for free just to get them to donate to him and the charity. Right. So there was literally nothing behind it except belief.
That costed you money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So take that. Yeah. And put that on steroids and amplify that.
It's true.
For 30 days with millions of people. Yeah. just wanting to give back, to help out, to make a change, to impact someone's life.
Yep.
Like that's what we have inside. Now, if that campaign wasn't running, would you have done that? No.
No, probably not. Yeah.
Well, what brought that out of you?
Yeah. It's the impact.
The love.
For sure.
That's the big man upstairs, like saying, look here, that campaign brought that love out of you. And what'd you do? Spread it.
Spread it. True. It's like letting a dove fly.
But if the campaign, so here's the thing about it. It's a tough city.
Yeah.
It's a tough time out there in the world. It's a crazy climate with the governments and the financial system and the average household income, what you have to make. It's tough out there. So everyone's in a scarcity mindset.
Yeah. And
everyone's like
selfish.
Tense, very robotic. The last thing you're going to think of is giving back. Fuck, I don't even know I'm going to pay my bills this month. Never mind giving back.
Yeah.
Now watch what this campaign does.
Yeah.
That's the first thing you're going to think of. And it should be.
And people will see too that even when you give, when you have nothing, you'll see you will actually be rewarded for that in ways that you can't even imagine.
The law of reciprocity is a real thing.
Oh yeah.
That's all. I'll leave it at
100%.
that. If you do it with pure intentions and without the intention of getting back, the law of reciprocity is a serious thing.
Yeah.
I remember, I'll tell one story about this. It's outside from Support the Blazers. So, and it brought tears to my eyes. I was literally like, holy smokes, I was beside myself. This was most recently too. That's why I'm telling this story. But I remember there was this girl I know. She's on Instagram, a mother of two, loving wife, amazing little family, and she's got a bad cancer, stage 4. It's spreading. It's not looking good, but she's a fighter, and I pray for her every night. But I was like, man, I have season tickets to the Leafs. We got some cool seats. I got season tickets for the Raptors. It's like maybe I go to 5 games. I give them away. Right? We give them away to clients. We give them away to friends, family. I put myself in her shoes because I see a post on Instagram. I'm like, dude, like this girl, has 2 young kids. She's got a husband. Yeah. And she's the heart of the home, like that loving, motherly, feminine energy that nurtures. I said, and that might not be the case for a long time. Yeah. Or it might change and not be the case in a very soon time. And this family will go on without her. And it's like, well, what the fuck is going on in their heads right now? Yeah. What's going on in their hearts? Yeah. What are they thinking? What are they waking up and thinking about every day? What are they going to sleep and thinking about? What's the husband thinking about in regards to the mother for his kids moving forward? What's the wife thinking about seeing she's not going to see the mother thinking about she's not going to see her 2 beautiful children grow up? What's she thinking about if her man's going to move on with another guy? Like what? How's he going to be able to? And then you just start to think of all these things. You're like, whoa. Never mind the sickness she's battling. Everything. The strength you have to have in, mentally and emotionally to fucking live through that every day. Yeah. So I felt so called to it. I said, hey, you're going to this game on Instagram. I go, you're going to this game. Give me your email. My assistant's going to send you the tickets. Have fun. Yeah. Good seats, good game. Cool. Raptors game. Yeah. My buddy calls me. Hey, Nick. This was like a week or 2 weeks after. Yeah. Hey, Nick, you want to go to the Raps game tonight? I got courtside A. Yeah. Oh, fuck shit, yeah, bro. Yeah. Like, courtside A is the baddest. Yes. In my opinion, it's the baddest ass seats in sports. Yeah. Like, you're on the court. Yeah, there's literally. A, B, and C. A, you're on the court. Like, you're there. The coach's ass was in my face. I was like, bro, get the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like, it's that good. So, some guy hit me up. I was like, yeah, man, courtside A, I'm down. Let's get it. So I was there that night. I'm courtside A, I'm chilling. I got the picture on Instagram. And I'm like, oh, man, like every time I'm there, because I go with other people, right? When I'm not in my seats. Right. And we like, and you're just in different parts of the area. I'm like, oh, shit, who do we give the tickets to that night? And I usually check with my assistant, because if I know them or their clients or friends or family, I'll be like, hey, let's meet up. You know what I mean? Let's have a bite to eat. Let's have a laugh. Yeah. So I'm like, before I hit my assistant up, I was like, is there a chance that she's here that night? Yeah. And she was there. Oh, wow. And that's God. Yeah. That's the law of reciprocity. Yeah. That's, you get 10X. Yeah. My seats are they're good seats.
No, they're really good seats. Yeah.
But they're not fucking courtside A. No. And I had what's that girl going to do for me?
Yeah.
What's she going to do? What business am I going to
Yeah.
do with her? What money am I going to make?
Yeah.
What's it going to do for anything in my life?
It's true.
That was without any fucking intention of getting anything back. But my buddy called me that day. Never called me before in his life, and he had courtside A.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
And when I tied that together, it brought me to tears because
For sure.
it's like, fuck, like you really have to do it without intention.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Because you didn't think twice. You just did it.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. You weren't like, oh, but if I give it to her, oh, who can I bring? Oh, I could have given it to this guy. It was literally just like, okay, done. Here, you know?
Yeah.
Wow. That's special.
And it's just, those miracles happen all the time when you do good work, right? And when you give back.
For sure. For sure.
So,
that's
give
really
back.
special. Yeah, give back.
It's
That's
good.
it. Just give back.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
to wrap this up, I ask every guest one question, the same question.
Yeah.
And that question is, what's one piece of advice you'd give to your 16-year-old self?
Just chill out. Relax.
I love that.
Everything's gonna be okay.
I like that.
Just keep going. Keep being good to people. Keep being honest. But yeah, just relax. Chill. You know, I remember at that age, it's a tough time in life. Like,
Oh,
you got your
100%.
health on your side and you're firing on all cylinders and it's fun and you're not in your career yet. You don't have a family to support. You could look at all those things, but then you could also look at the pressure, you know, of trying to be cool, trying to fit in, trying to make dough, trying to, you know, figure out what you're going to do in the future, trying to, you know, establish yourself in your friend group, whatever it may be, right? But I was in my head a lot, and did a lot of things out of, you know, being insecure, right, and trying to make up for that. So I would just simply say, like, relax, everything's be okay. Yeah, just be you.
I like that.
Love,
I like that.
You know?
It'll all work out. Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Well, guys, you heard him here. You heard everything that has to do with Support the Blazer too. So no slacking and no excuses, dead ass. But thank you for lasting this long. Like, subscribe, share, do your thing. I'm going to put all of Nick's IG handles for his companies, for Spark Charity, for his personal brand, in all the bios. Reach out to him. Super, super sick guy. Even go by the office if you're from Vaughan. Like, super cool in there. He's going to offer you a sick coffee, probably some merch too. It's a good time. Nick, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Really, really appreciate the opportunity. Thank you for everyone who tuned in to the end. That's special that you did that and you gave me the attention and Kristina's podcast. And definitely continue to follow Kristina and her journey and what she's doing. She's someone that has such a big heart and is always willing to do whatever it is that, you know, she's got to do for everyone, you know, very, very special and rare to find these days. So like it, follow it, send the link to someone. Maybe you're not in this episode if you didn't get down with it, another one, or just her page so that she could grow her audience because she deserves that. It's where her heart is and it's what she's trying hard for. And I think we should all get behind that. Because you're awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful. I really, really appreciate that. And guys, thank you again, and I'll catch you on the next episode.